Hello friends, myself Professor D.S.Kamble, and today we are going to learn introduction of cost accounting. In semester 3rd, the subject of cost accounting, the first chapter is the introduction of cost accounting. What is the cost? Cost is the amount of resource given in exchange for some goods or services. The resources given up are money or monies for expressed in monetary units, and thus activity of a firm may be the manufacture of a product or the rendering of a service which involves expenditure under various heads like these: materials, labors, other expenditure, etc. A manufacturing organization is interested in ascertaining the cost per unit of the product manufactured while an organization rendering service. For example, transport undertaking, canteen, electricity company, municipality, etc. It's all the interested in ascertaining the cost of the service it renders, and its simple form, the cost per unit, is arrived at by dividing the total expenditure incurred by the total units produced or the quantum of service rendered. But this method is applicable if the manufacturer produces only one product. If the manufacturer produces more than one product, it becomes to split up the total expenditure between the various products so that the cost of each product can be ascertained separately. Even if only one product is manufactured, it may be necessary to analyze the cost per unit of each item of expenditure that goes to make up at the total cost. The problem becomes more complicated where a multiple of products is produced, and it is necessary to analyze the cost per unit of each unit's product into various items of expenditure that make up the total cost. It is the total cost and separate per units. It means all separate units considered included in total cost. That is the clear concept of cost. For a consumer, cost means price. For management, cost means expenditure incurred. For producing a particular product or rendering a particular service, the process of ascertaining the cost is known as a costing. It consists of principles and rules governing the producers or procedure of finding out the cost of goods services. It aims at ascertaining the total cost and also per unit cost. For that, transport companies, the total cost for the period is ascertained and used to find out the cost per passenger. It is the cost of carrying one passenger for 1 mile. It provides for analysis of expenditure in such a way that the management gets completed idea about even the smallest items of a cost. And it is necessary to specify the exact meaning of cost. What is the meaning of cost? When the term is used specifically, it is modified with such items or terms as a prime cost, fixed cost, sunk cost, etc. Each description depended on certain features which is helpful in analyzing the cost. It helps cost accounting in achieving its 3 basic objectives, namely cost ascertainment, cost control, and cost presentation. There are 3 main steps. First is ascertainment, second is control, and third is presentation. Then a cost must always be studied in relation to its purpose and conditions. Different cost may be ascertained for different purpose, and under different conditions. Like this work in progress is valued at a factory cost, while stock of finished goods may be valued at the cost of production. Even if the purpose of the study of cost is the same, different conditions may lead to variation in cost. The cost per unit of a product is sure to vary with an increase in the volume or size of output, since the amount of fixed expenses to be borne by each unit of the output is decreased. It is also important to note here that there is no such thing as an exact cost or true cost, because no figure of cost is true in all conditions and for all purpose. Most of the costing information is based on estimated. Take one example. So we take an example. The amount of overheads, or overheads means expenditure, is generally estimated in advance. It is distributed over cost per unit, again on an estimated basis using different methods. Many items of cost of production are handled in an optional manner, which may give different cost for the same products without going against the accepted principle in any way. Depreciation is one such item, the amount of which will change in accordance with the method of depreciation being used. Shortly, to arrive at a correct decision of cost may be quite difficult unless one waits for a long time, by which times the costing information may lose all its value. Sometimes evaluation of cost is process of identifying, measuring, recording and communicating economic information capable of being expressed in terms of money. The utility accounting information, it depends on the ability to reduce uncertainty. The information has to relevant, variable, quantifiable and free from bias. In the Industrial Revolution, business were small and structure of simple market exchange between individuals and organization. In those times, there was a need of accurate bookkeeping, though not that much of costing. Then, what is the meaning of costing? Costing is a technique and process of ascertaining cost. These techniques consist of principles and rules which govern the procedure of ascertaining cost of products or services. The techniques to be followed for the analysis of expenses and the process of different products or services differ from industry to industry. The main object of costing is the analysis of financial records, so as to dividation or subdivision expenditure and to allocate it carefully to be selected cost centers. So the build of a total cost for the department, process or jobs or contracts of the undertaking. And then we can shortly say cost accounting means a specialized branch of account which involves classification, assignment and control of cost, the establishment of budget, standard cost and actual cost of operations, process, activities or products, and the analysis of variance, profitability or the social use of funds. Today's we learn some points of cost accounting, meaning of cost accounting, then classification of cost accounting, and main things or main contents of cost accounting. Next lecture we will see the structure of cost accounting and difference between cost accounting and management accounting. Thank you very much.